25, and 225, yes or no, 225, sold at $200.
All right, now there's gonna be a lot of people that watch this and are like, why would he buy that? If you've been to Free Play Arlington, or you had gone probably up until about 2 weeks ago, we had a really nice Target Terra Gold. It's a Rothrill's, I think, very first game. Well, the Gold was the sequel, but it was before they kind of let everything fall apart. I don't mind, I kind of like the game, and I think it's a nice spiritual kind of sequel to me, to Max Force. It had the hard disk go down, something weird has been going on. We've been buying parts to try to fix it. $200, fixed Target Terra Gold, sounds good to me. So we grabbed another one. Worst case, we've got a bunch of extra parts to keep one going, which I think that actually belongs in our arcade. I think I think it's good enough. I think it's a good bar style game. So I went ahead and bought it. $200 is like nothing. It's working. I think we're gonna have a lot of good deals coming up.
200, 200. I'm at 175, but I don't get it down here about 2, 100, I get it down here about 2. Sort of 175, 102 or 3?
103.
103, 103.
All right, guys, Power Drift, we did the full motion video with it. And when I said we have a stand-up, and we found our stand-up. I think the stand-up that we have needs a little bit of work, but I want to get a game like Power Drift out there just because it really is an example of a kind of genre that emerged when Sega figured out that kind of polygon, not polygon stuff. So the price was right. I want to be able to get one out. It was a great opportunity to buy. I think it was $175, so prices are great right now. All right, guys, we've seen a lot of kind of kludged things at these auctions. That was a monitor replacement at some point for that cabinet, but it had a cage that didn't fit, an actual piece of metal around the monitor chassis that didn't fit. So they cut a hole in it. But of course, these are for rooms, so they put them in preschools. And here you go, you can see they just kind of put a piece of wood to support it and to keep anyone from getting shocked. And then just kind of threw some tape at it. Haven't ever seen anything quite that bad, but that's special.
Castle of Dragons. That is bad. Look at the picture on that thing. I don't even remember this game. That's nice. Somebody.
That's a beautiful game. 225 now, 3. Over here. 3 now, 325. 325 now, 350. 325 now, 350. 325 now, 350. I'm with you. 325 now, 350. 325, 103 sold.
I've actually never seen that game.
All right, so we had a Xevious 3D, one of the Varooms that we had kind of talked about. Honestly, the quality of the cabinets that the Varooms were in this time wasn't really what we were used to. No good monitors really, and a couple board purchases maybe. Didn't end up getting any of them. Been on one, didn't get it. But was it Castle of Doom? Was that Castle of Doom? Castle of Dragon, sorry. It was Gate of Doom is the other one. Gate of Doom is the one we bought last auction. Castle of Dragon is the one we just bought. Really funky game. They did a really cool conversion on this cabinet, so I was really into it. I think it was $325. Great deal, great purchase. Good for the PCB, plus that cabinet was great. So I think we're gonna take a break for a little bit and come back with some more buying.
Down 6. Down 7. And 700 now. Down 9. Down 900. Down 11. I'm in down, get it down here, down 1100, down, get it down here, down 1100. I'm in down, get it down here, down 1100, get it down here, down 11 all day. 709, sort of $103,000.
That one has a tube, has a game board, clear power supply problem, and the guns were in kind of rough shape. Nice thing is, there's still a 3-player Rev X, something that we're trying to get out. And at the end of the day, the parts alone on that Rev X that we just bought are worth more than the $1,000 price we paid. And we're in the position where we can just take it to the warehouse, put it in there, use it for parts if we need to, rebuild it. So I had to go for it. I had to really make sure that those were coming home with us. You don't see them very often. If you do see one for less than $1,000, send me the link, I'll buy that one too.
35 under down 4 and World Cup soccer. See everybody, man. 32 and a half. I'm at 3 times, I'm getting down here, that's 32 and a half. Sold you at 3,100.
That was cool. All right, so that was World Cup Soccer pin. Before the 90s ended, it was considered one of the top, all-time pins. Now we've had a lot of action ever since, but it's a really awesome, really great pinball. And we've actually had our eyes on it for a long time, but never really had a good deal that came through. When we first started looking, prices were around the 24, 25 range, but that was only for one that was not nearly the quality of that particular unit. 3,100 is actually a really good deal, given that it had the color DMD, it was fully loaded, all the mods, everything. It was in really great shape, and I know the operator that it came from, and I actually think that they do pretty good work, especially right before they sell these pins. So maybe 2,800 would have been a perfect price, but given there was a little weirdness in the auction, someone bid when they thought they were bidding for 1,000, ended up being 3,000. I felt really good being able to jump in there while everyone was scared, get that $3,100 bid in there, and not get into a bidding war and just walk away with it. So that's what happened. Wow. I'm super pumped because I know that's coming out of an arcade that just gave up on having such an awesome pin, and we're gonna be able to bring it in the world, and our techs are good enough that it's gonna live forever at free play. Hey. 1 second, I gotta buy this thing real quick. I think I'm gonna win it. It's almost done. That was fun. Bought 2 drivers, kind of interesting. Cruis'n World had kind of a weak monitor, but felt good. It was like $125. Good parts in there. We like the Cruis'n series. And then Cruis'n Exotica came on, and it looked so good. And Cruis'n Exotica is a fun game. I like that as one of our drivers. We don't put a lot in our arcades, but we like to kind of throw it in there, and picked it up. Beautiful. 325, 350. I don't even remember. 250. I don't know. It was awesome. I'm really pumped about it. All right, guys, you saw us bring in a couple games for once, mostly just parts, pieces, things. We had right here, it's gone now. They already picked it up. The cut in half vertically Escape from the Planet of the Robot Monsters, but it was otherwise okay. Sold for $35. This guy, no monitor. There's some valuable parts there, but not a lot going on. Hopefully someone buys it, loves it. Sold for a nice $10. So, again, great to get the space out of our warehouse, and we're happy to, hopefully they go on to another home, because we cannot do anything with them anymore. So really pumped. So far everything we've sold has been a lot of fun. It's been fun watching people bid on it, and it's been really nice to kind of realize a little bit of money for some of the stuff that we put in auction. We brought a couple drivers for sale too. A Smashing Drive that's coming up, and a Need for Speed that they're actually on right now. Need for Speed didn't turn on. Looks like it's gonna sell for like 35, 45, 65 maybe, we'll see. $55 we got for that. The Need for Speed, awesome. It was just taking up space in our warehouse. But the Smashing Drive turn on actually looks pretty good. So it's the only one here. I haven't seen very many for sale. I'm hoping we get a good 200 for it. It's kind of a soft audience. A good auction, you might get 350, 400 for it, but I'm hoping we get at least 200 for it. We'll see.
$100. I already got it. 125. 150. 150. I'll make 125 down 50. I'll make 125 down, get it down here, down 50. 150. 125, 150. So 125, 145.
All right, guys, we bought a ton of awesome stuff, and the next video we're gonna walk through all of our units, kind of talk about them, but that was it. That is what we bought.